10 live wires will be given a unique opportunity to share their creativity with the world and become the next top live wire. I'm your host, Heather Boyd Wire, and this is Live Wires for the Win. 8 weeks of wire art challenges will count down to one winner of the grand prize, a collaboration video on my YouTube channel, a $100 gift certificate for my Etsy shop, and $500 worth of wire and tools from Beadalon. This is an elimination series with a twist. Viewers will be able to participate in the weekly challenges, share photos of their work, and win great prizes. Your judges will be wire artist Heather Boyd, multimedia artist and author Patricia Srigley, and a weekly mystery judge. Let's meet this week's live wires. Amy, Tim, Linda, Peggy, Melody, Amber. Welcome everybody to episode 5 of Live Wires for the Win. Welcome back, Patricia, our
Hi.
weekly guest judge. Thank you so much for hopping on every week and helping out. And this week's guest judge is Patrick Beadalon. So,
Hello.
Hello, Patrick. Patrick is the founder of What's Up Montreal and Creator HQ. He's an expert in branding and social media, and he is the creator of the trailer for Live Wires for the Win. Thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate
My
that.
pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. And I actually taught Patrick how to wrap stones with wire, and we did a collaboration video on my channel making wrapped stone bracelets. So I'll link that up below as well. So,
That's right. Yeah.
welcome, Patrick. I'm so happy you're here. It's really an honor. I know you're very busy, and you're in your car, stopped on the road to help us out, and that's kudos. That's awesome.
Thank
Cool.
you for having me. Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure. So without further ado, we'll just get started. This week's theme was an open-ended theme, and it was, how does your garden grow? So I didn't really give any constraints for the theme. I think it's very self-explanatory. So let's just get right to it and have a look at the participants and the submissions this week. So our first submission is from Linda.
How does my garden grow? The sunshine in the right corner, storm clouds to provide rain coming in from the left, a butterfly to provide pollination, and a critter like the snakes coming from the bottom right corner to keep the other critters away.
And Linda writes, my philosophy of nature and the earth is that all things are connected. So each element in this piece is connected to at least one other item, making it a continuous connection. So let me just, why don't I start? And then we'll just take turns giving our little observations about the work. I thought Linda's piece was beautiful. I love the way that it was framed, that it almost looked like a painting. Linda has a background in art, and it's definitely reflected in the piece. I love her use of negative space. And if viewers don't know what that is, it's just all the blank space that is left open. That is around the shape. So I found that really effective to have the negative space in there, and your eye goes in. And like she said, it's a continuous movement from one piece to the next. And few beads, just a sprinkling of beads. So it was like pretty, but not overkill. And yeah, I thought it was a beautiful piece, and I love the little snake in the corner. And the only thing that I noticed is it's very busy in the lower corner with the sort of like all the squigglies. The snake gets a little bit lost, but you could definitely see it. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece. I really loved it. And Patricia, what did you think of Linda's piece?
Oh, same. It's so beautiful. I really love the color choice of the wire, and the addition of all the beautiful little stones. The ones she chose were just perfect. And the coiling, like everything is just so cute. And the elements are very recognizable, but also playful, like especially that little snake worm at the bottom. I didn't find the bottom corner busy, I guess because
Okay.
the snake worm stands out to me.
Yes.
Anyway. Yeah. The only thing I guess to critique it is, I thought it might have been a good idea to maybe use a strong straight wire that was coil wrapped on the edges and then maybe joined at the corner to give the edges a very straight, stronger feel, but I mean, then it would look
Okay.
less organic. So maybe she's
Yes.
choosing not to do that. So anyway, I just
True.
thought it was beautiful and I absolutely loved it.
Beautiful. That's awesome. And Patrick, what did you think of Linda's piece?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm very novice when it comes to wire art because like I've learned with you and I've done some necklace and stuff. So I'm always impressed of seeing other people's work. Very beautiful piece, honestly. I like Patricia said, I like the stones that are in there and they're also like kind of like transparent. So you
Yeah.
kind of get that crystal feeling of like kind of see through.
Yes.
It really adds to the piece very wellly and it's like very um it was specifically picked where to put these stones. It wasn't just like randomly put there. And also because I've worked with stones and done a lot of jewelry with it, I know how hard it could be to wrapping these stones, especially if they're
Yes.
slippery, like the ones that she selected. So um, I love it. I like it, and it really takes someone with high skills to be able to do that well and make sure the stones don't fall out.
Yes, absolutely. And I love your observation about the transparency. It's really beautiful as a sun catcher, you know, to catch the light. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece. So next we have Amy.
The theme is, how does your garden grow? Mine grows well. I got caterpillars and leaf. Flower garden is slightly made. Ladybug, rocks that are painted say up, down, and heart. I got a sundial now and a watering can. This is the old water can. And this is what my garden looks like so far. This is my new watering can. This is part of the sundial. And these are the flowers on the ground, and ladybug, and the caterpillars and leaves, and then the rocks. Here's my watering can. Here's the caterpillars and the leaves. Here's part of my garden with a ladybug. Here's colored painted rocks that say up, down, and heart.
So Patricia, do you want to start with Amy's piece?
Yeah, again, her ideas are beautiful and she's done so many fun little pieces. And, you know, her imagination has no end. I especially loved her watering can. It was so
Yes,
cute, like a little 3D teapot.
true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. And
Nice,
great job, Amy. Very beautiful as usual.
nice. And Patrick, what did you think of Amy's piece?
Yeah, same. The water can, I guess, really stood out. A lot of work that was put into there. Of course, Amy's piece were much more simple pieces to the direct, but as watching the video, yes, like her imagination really brings her art to life, and yeah, it's definitely much more a simpler piece, but still like it's different than the others one. They're definitely like more spread out, separately, but that still brings a uniqueness to her art compared to what we've seen so far. So
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I've always loved Amy's imagination. I love she really explores the theme and puts in all kinds of elements that fit with the theme. She actually did 2 versions of the watering can, so I'll link in the video her first version of the can, and I love that. And yeah, some of the pieces are so detailed. I would say my only critique would be to tie it all together a little bit more. And I think that's what Amy's style is, more to have like lots of pieces all around. And I think the thing that maybe she might want to think of exploring is how to tie all the pieces together. But other than that, the elements are beautiful. She definitely could have like put less, sometimes less is more, but it's certainly very fitting with her style and with her very explosive imagination. So next we have Melody.
My garden grows with a huge fairy tree in it. Has a swing. It looks fragile, but it's very sturdy. I made her a bench and a fire pit with her little crystal logs. So I think my fairy's set.
So why don't I start with Melody's? And yeah, Melody's piece it's very lovely. I find it a little bit different than some of her previous pieces. It's the tree is quite loose, yet the bottom is very kind of solid. She's got 3 very separate solid pieces. My only thing would be I'm not quite sure if it fits the theme as well as some of the other ones. The tree for sure is growth, but I wasn't quite sure if it fits sort of the garden theme as much, but it's definitely beautiful as, I guess it would be almost, it's like the fairies garden, maybe having the tree there, and the bench and the fire pit are super cute, very cool. Again, maybe find a way to integrate them together. And the tree is really gorgeous. I really love the tree. And I think my only like design critique would be to maybe put more roots, or have the bottom of the tree a little less chunky and a little more like having roots spreading out to indicate kind of more growth. And it could also maybe integrate the other pieces together with it. But other than that, it's sweet. I love the little swing. It's adorable. And yeah, nice job, Melody. Patricia, what do you think of Melody's piece?
Yeah, I did think of it as sort of like where a fairy would hang out, a fairy's garden, and, you know, go and have a little campfire. I really liked that her swing could actually swing. I thought that was cute. And her choice of the crystals and the stones to me was beautiful. Like you would see these under a moon, like a moonbeam.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved how her bench was shaped just like the moon.
True, yeah.
Yeah, and the crystals in the fire glowed. So yeah, and the green at the bottom of the tree, sort of symbolic of growth.
Nice.
Yeah, but I see your point, you know, you
Mhm.
working more with wire. Yeah, I could definitely see what you're saying. But yeah, I thought it was a beautiful, fun piece.
Nice, nice. And Patrick, what do you think of Melody's piece?
Wow, I really did like it. For the garden theme, I could kind of see it like being a garden in the tree itself, with the little crystals being like little homes or little, I guess, spots where the fairies can go. Really love the swing that the swing moves, which makes it very unique. Because she was really able to like tie the tree all together, you know, make all those little knots and stuff, and he really has the skills to do that. I really find it's very cute. I like it. I like the crystals in the fire, like how the fire is crystal. Yeah, I really liked her piece. Really, it really spoke to me.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, a lot of people do wired trees, and I love how they're all unique, you know. Everybody develops their own style of making trees, and it's really pretty with the crystals in the branches for sure. Peggy writes, how does your garden grow? Love grows here. As soon as I saw the theme, I just knew that I wanted to make lavender because it's my favorite. Next thought was color, bright colors, and as much as I could find. I wanted to make it a goal that I don't use any beads at all. I added some dark flowers and roses and wanted the roses to have leaves as well. I feel like all gardens have a bit of ivy in it, so I added that also. Oh, and bees love lavender, so I made a bee and a spider web because spiders help your garden grow by keeping all the pests away. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to put it all together and decided on a wreath with steel wire as a frame and woven with 20 gauge to keep it spaced out. I crocheted some 28 gauge to hold it together. There was a last minute thought about how a garden is made out of love. And whenever we work in the garden, it's as a family. So I wrote, love grows here. In the middle, because our garden is grown out of love and togetherness. We have big plans for our garden, but it burned up in the heat wave and looks like a desert. Oops. Lots of work to do, but we will love doing it together. So yeah, Patrick, would you like to start with Peggy's piece?
Yeah, for sure. I'm also trying to find the word. I know it's in one of my games they talk about it. The thing that you put on your door, like a word or
A wreath?
a wreath. Yes,
Yes, yes.
It kind of looks like that, or like a dream catcher. So I like that. It kind of falls with the garden theme, but it's not a garden, but there's garden elements with the flowers. I really like the flowers. That's a good touch to it. I had to like zoom in to kind of see the wire work, especially like the circle that's being done. Like, 'cause at first you just feel that it's just those lines, but then you have to zoom in to kind of see like there's a lot of work that's been done to creating that circle.
Yes.
So yeah, no, it's a great piece. It's quite interesting, and it could be used differently in your home, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Cool. And Patricia, what do you think of Peggy's piece?
Oh, I thought the wreath idea was very beautiful, you know, the circle of life. And I loved her color choices. Um, and the flowers, everything's just beautiful. And the lavender, how she's done it all. I guess I found the black spider web a little overwhelming because it is a strong black wire. I guess I was picturing it maybe with a thinner silver wire, because spider webs are usually, you know, close to being invisible. And I felt that sort of took over the design because it's such a strong color and all those lines. But yeah, it's beautiful, and I love the colors, and great job.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. That was the first thing that I noticed in the piece was the spider web, that it's made not only with a dark wire, but a very thick wire. And I love the idea of the spider web, but I think like you said, if it was done with a very fine silver wire, then you would also have been able to read the words much easier. Like it's a little bit hard to read the words. That would be really my only critique about the work, to tweak that. And she could easily do it. She could easily remove that and change the spider web to a lighter color. I love that she crocheted the wire around the outside, because it's always a challenge with wire art. And we've talked about this in previous challenges, to fill in areas to make it look more solid. And so you can wrap, there's lots of different things, so you could swirl, but crochet is so fun. And actually crochet is much faster than, you know, a lot of other methods of filling in wire work. So I often do it, and you just like get a crochet needle, away you go. I know Peggy does a lot of like work with crochet and knitting and stuff. So that was a great solution to fill in the wreath. I also love the idea of a wreath, putting it on your front door, you know, very, you know, symbolic. The lavender is gorgeous. I've never seen lavender made out of wire before, and it's a brilliant color. The design is simple, very, you know, right away it's lavender. It's beautiful, and her roses are stunning. The color of the roses are so beautiful. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece with just one or two little tweaks, and yeah, I love it, love it, love it.
Hi, this is the week 5 challenge. How does your garden grow? I'm going to try and do a garden scene, see what I can do to pull it off, and try and make everything freestanding so there's no supports or whatsoever. Hopefully it'll work out. Thanks. Later.
So now we're going to do Tim. Tim writes, I'm not going to lie, this topic was not one of my favorites, but there is no need to shy away from it. After all, it's a challenge competition. It's not supposed to be easy. That's half the fun. For this week's theme, I chose to make a little garden scene with a man tending to it as his dog watches on. It was a struggle to get going, but hopefully it all came together. There's too many different wire sizes to list. Let's say the size scale is well represented, LOL. So I'm going to start with Tim's. And it's so funny that Tim wrote that, because I actually made up this challenge with him in mind, because I did want to challenge Tim. He has a very distinctive, very kind of solid masculine style of making wire art. And I thought this would maybe throw him for a little bit of a loop. So good job, Tim. You succeeded with the challenge. It's super cute. I love your variety of colors of wire. The doggy is super sweet, very simple design, but looks really good. I love that the man stands. You know, that's not easy to get like a little figure to stand up like that, freestanding, especially holding a watering can, because that would weigh him down. Like it's all about balance. Did a great job. I adore his fence. I think it's stunning, that fence. It's so cute, very well constructed, great design. And the tree is super simple, you know, it's like I was saying previously, everybody does trees differently. And I love the way he did it. Like it's the branches sort of like all swirled together, very unique. I've never seen a tree done quite that way before. So yeah, Tim's work is so fun. I really love it. Beautiful. And Patricia, what do you think of Tim's piece?
Yeah, I was happy to see him move out of his comfort zone, as you said, and he's done a lot of the medallion style. So this is very different for him. And yeah, it's so well done. Everything reads as it should. I thought the tree, the flowers, and I love that little dog.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm reading the patterned the things at the end of his garden as little shrubs. I don't know if they are, but the pattern
Oh,
is beautiful
yes.
on them, and I see them as shrubs.
Yes. I
Yeah, so
think so.
I thought he did a great job, and everything's standing perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Awesome. And Patrick, what did you think of Tim's piece?
Well, definitely looking at the different pieces, you're right, like how everyone has their own style of doing it. And Tim's is very distinctive, and I really enjoyed looking at it. It's much more you're right, like I guess I don't know how to define feminine or masculine wire art, but I know that Tim's work is much more like straight. Like, there's
Yeah.
like too many
Yes.
instead of doing a lot of the swirls.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it how everything's standing. I didn't at first I thought they were all on paper, but no, they're all standing, and it's like almost like little
Mhm.
toys, and you can like move them around to have this different display as you wish. The tree, a lot of work that's been done there to like really do the swirls on the trees to make it happen. I really enjoyed like the little man holding the water can, and the garden is so beautiful with the little flowers that are popping out. A lot of details, I would say,
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah, I love your observation that they're like little toys that you can move around and rearrange. Like I just love that it just, brings out the child in me, just imagining that playing with them. And I could see kids, like or adults, like, how they make those little Zen gardens for adults. I did a craft with some friends one night. Were you there, Patricia? It was like we made this little sandbox with the little rake. Were you with us at Nydia's and we
No,
did that? So we made these
no.
little Zen gardens. They were just like little boxes. We filled them with sand and we made our own little rakes and you'd put like stones and crystals. And it was, you can buy them at the store too, but we made up our own. So it becomes this like little Zen garden for adults that they could like play with, but it becomes a meditative thing. So that's sort of when Patrick, you said that brings to mind that you could do the same with this, just like play around with them, rearrange them. And yeah, very cool observation. It doesn't have to be static and in one place. Now we have Amber. So Amber writes, I chose to pay homage to our pollinators, the bumblebee. Without them, there would be no gardens. I made a wall hanging of a piece of honeycomb being tended to by bees. I decorated the edges of the comb with flowers, and there are also some bees dangling below the comb. So Patrick, why don't you start with Amber's piece?
For sure, yeah. No, I love the honeycomb. I love how she worked on the honeycomb to put it together, and the bees, like it really stands out to the piece. With those little crystals again, like or beads, to use to make them colorful, and also like the whole piece is something that you can be using for it, right? You can like hang it. It's because of the creative piece, really.
Yeah.
Lot of work that's been done in there, and yeah, I was stunned by seeing it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Patricia, what did you think of Amber's piece?
I absolutely loved it. It was how she did the honeycomb is very stylized, but still reads as honeycomb. And her bees were adorable with their, slightly exaggerated wings. And the little wire wrapped stone abdomens. Yeah. And no, I just love this piece. It's so decorative and fun, and bordered with these swirly flowers.
Yeah.
Really worked well, I thought.
Yeah, I knew you would love that one, Patricia. The minute I saw it, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, this is a stunning piece. I think Amber really blew it out of the water with this one. I also adore the honeycomb. I love the simplicity of it, but that it's made with a thicker, looks like flatter wire that she's wound together. It's a really nice backdrop for the pieces. I love the chains, the use of chain, you know, that's something a little different and very effective. Nice variety in the flowers. She's got one that's a little different, so it gives a little bit of asymmetry, a little variety. The bees are adorable. They are so cute. I would even make like little earrings like that, or a pendant or a brooch. I love her choice of the color of the wire as well, and her different take on the garden theme. You know, the importance of bees, especially, you know, in this day and age when they're at risk. It's just I love it as a beautiful statement piece. I thought it was perfection. I loved it. I loved it for sure. Cool. Good. So guys, this is the fun part. So what we usually do now is we choose one or two of our favorites. And then sadly, we always have to choose one or two that we're considering to go home. So we will start with choosing the winner of the challenge. And Patricia, would you like to give us your feedback for that?
Well, I think you know who I picked for my top pick. Yeah, it was Amber's honeycomb and bees.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I kind of knew that was happening for sure. That's awesome. And Patrick?
Yeah, no, Linda and Amber were very close, and very also close with the themes and stuff. But I think I'll go with Amber's. I just
Yeah.
like the whole way of like it's less busy, but the other one, you know, like I like Linda's also like the colors that she chose and stuff. But like I think it's the simplicity of Amber's that really stand out.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I had Linda and Amber up in the top for sure. Amber's just blew me away. I think she's like the unanimous winner, and we're just going to say congratulations, Amber. Woo, great job. I think we're going to have a lot of people wanting to replicate some of those bees and the honeycomb too. It's super cool. I just love it. That's awesome. Cool. So now comes the harder part, where we say goodbye to one of our members of the Live Wires for the Win, how do you say, inaugural team of participants. And first of all, just let me congratulate everybody on all their beautiful work. And I really hope the person going home today will continue to participate in the Facebook event page. And if you viewers don't already know, you guys can all participate in the challenge in the event page. I'll link it up below the video. And if you create all 8 challenges by the end of the series, you can email me pictures of your work, post work in progress and your pics of your work also in the Facebook group, and you viewers will be eligible to win great prizes from Beadalon, from my Etsy shop. And we aren't judging the viewers' work at all, so just feel free to explore your imagination, think outside the box, and yeah, I'll link that up below. So without further ado, we're just going to mention however many you're considering to go home this week. And Patricia, why don't we start with you then?
Yeah, my pick to go home this week, unfortunately, was Amy. I guess because, you know, her work has been similar every week. It's been fun and imaginative, but yeah, it has been similar every week.
Yeah. Okay. And Patrick, who were you thinking?
Yeah, same, Amy. Just because like I feel there's too many pieces. They're all separate from each other, and I mean, I like it when it's simple, but you know, like it shows like, you know, like there could have been something done with the simplicity of putting it all together, maybe, and that's basically what I chose. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous this week. I adore Amy's work. I think she's so creative and so imaginative. Like I said earlier, I think in this is an instant of less is more. I think there were a few elements of her piece that were really stunning. I loved the watering can, and if she had done a few little pieces around that, I think it would have made a nice, more concise piece. But Amy's work is gorgeous. I'm so happy, Amy, that you've been participating in the challenges. We're really honored to have you with us. Every week, Amy sends me her clips like so quickly, so many clips, so much information, great videos. I love them. So Amy, please, please, please continue to participate in the Facebook group. I just love seeing your work. And Amy also posts amazing stuff in the Wire Makers Club. So definitely, if you guys aren't already a member, join and check out her work and all the other fellow members. this work in the Facebook groups. So that's it today, guys. So I just want to, Patrick, thank you so much for taking this time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out. I miss hanging out in person. We got to get back to our social media workshops and activities in Montreal. So
Sure.
much
Thank you for having me.
inspiration. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so happy. So happy. And Patricia, thank you so much for every week taking time out of your vacation to come. Well, next week you won't be on vacations.
I enjoy it. Thank you.
I'm so happy. And bye, everybody. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Live Wires for the Win. Be sure to tune in each week and participate in the challenges on our Facebook event page. If you complete all 8 challenges based on the weekly themes, you will be eligible to win all kinds of great prizes from Beadalon. Details are in the description below underneath the video.